Hi everyone, this is our next section. It's called Feet Evenly Touch the Ground. So I have a teacher, Sifu Zhao from Edison, who used to teach me, and I would ask him about his feet over and over again. How do you work your feet? And finally one day he just took off his shoes and socks and showed me about grabbing the ground slightly with his toes. So I thought, well, if he could do it, I could do it. So I want to start with talking a little bit about the feet. So we have 5 toes on each side, pads on each side, heels, outside edge, inside edge. So let's go through that. So the first thing would be to grab your toe, but not crunch where you're going to tighten up your feet. Because if you do, what are we doing? Tightening our muscles instead of relaxing. So you just sort of separate your mind to just getting the grasp of the toes. And then release. Once more, 2, release, and 3. Good. Now, relax more. Feel the pads. And you can feel each one. So, crunch, release, and once more. Crunch, release. Now, the next you want to feel your heels. So sit down on your heels so that you have like 60 or 70% back, and you always put your arms forward to counterbalance so that you don't fall down. So you are feeling, grasping the toes, feeling the pads, and sitting down with the pelvis tip on your heel. And release. Now, in between the pads and the heel is a section which we all call the bubbling spring. It's also in acupuncture field, kidney 1, where you're absorbing energy. So when you practice absorbing from the ground, you practice bringing in absorbing energy up kidney 1, up the bubbling spring. Now you've got an outside edge of each foot and an inside edge. So you want to be able to feel them, but still all of them are touching the ground. All right, so we can actually just sort of roll around a little bit, and when you go to get to the heel, okay, you have to sit back more so that you won't fall. So you can make a circle, and then you go the other way. Sit back, sit back. Now, what is also involved here? Ankles. All right? So the ankles, we practice this because you know they're very flexible. So right now, by us going around, when we were just doing it, we were also feeling that circular movement of the ankle. Although the ankle is a up and down movement, you slightly feel it can go around. Now, you do not want to let the ankle collapse, because you see what happens? You're so out of alignment. So you want to keep the ankles feeling like they're lifted. Again, how you do that partly is the pelvis tip. And then the next one would be the knees. The knees are slightly lifted, because if I go forward, I'm going to feel too much weight on my toes, and I can see that my whole alignment is off, no matter what I do. So you always sit back a little bit. Knees are up. That'll keep your knees in line with your toes. You never want your knees to go over your toes. Okay. So we have the knees in slightly. Now, there's something in martial arts that we've all heard of called a horse stance. But if you're a horseback rider, you're riding a horseback, even if it's a saddle or bareback, and you have to open the inner thigh. So you open the inner thigh in here, and in order for you not to fall off the horse, you have to put the knees in a little. But not, again, not this, just slightly. All of this is to help you to open the lower back. So you practice this. Now this is part of your standing meditation, could be. Again, try 3 minutes, try 1 minute, and then add each week or each day, add another minute. Very good. So the knees are in, the knees are lifted, the ankles are lifted, the ankles are not in. Because if you do a posture, you've seen people where they go like this. And then this is all not like a 90-degree angle. You really basically you want a 90-degree angle. So you want your ankles up. Okay? So you have the bubbling spring on the bottom of your foot. Bubbling well. Thighs are open. Knees are in. Ankles are up. And the toes slightly grab. Now you realize right now that we're doing everything stationary. But when you start doing forms, and we have a moving Qigong form, which is beautiful. It teaches you every possible principle to put together into that Qigong, and you will be able to do any sword form or any regular form with a breeze because you already know the principles. You worked on them through this form. But it's a moving form. It's a little more difficult when you start moving, so you better learn first in stationary movements. Okay, thank you very much.